Okay, a bit of a late start. I say a bit, a very late start compared to how I normally do. But I had some things that I wanted to take care of before I even considered starting to stream. But now we are here. And I have a choice. It is spooky season, and I could do something a bit spooky, or I can continue on a project that I've had sitting on the shelf now for at least a few weeks and really does need to be continued. I am leaning towards the project that needs to be complete, especially with it. Yeah, the project I want to complete is the Crusade Army within 20 days. I have not done any more since the last stream on them. Actually, no, I am adding a day because the Redemptor Dreadnought that I'm adding is in a different Crusade list. So that one is being worked on in that list. So I will add a day for that. The other thing I could do is I could do some Necrons. I have a Necron kill team, and I wanted to kit bash it with two other things I have. So I have some choices. I think I'll move over to... Enough looking at the starting screen. We'll move over to here. Oh, we'll get that out of the way. Hello and welcome. It has been quite a bit. I've had a bit of a hectic week. Just trying to figure out what's going on. Just, I've been busy the beginning of the week, and then I had things pop up. I planned on streaming Wednesday, but I had to talk with my roommate / sister about some travel plans. We are doing good. We're doing good. A little stressed. Stress levels are a little high. You did hear Necrons. It's a choice. I was going to leave this up to chat. So, I have in front of me most of the Crusade army that I wanted to complete within 20 days. 1,000 points within 20 days. This is most of them. But because we're also in spooky season, and I don't know the stream schedule for Halloween, and I want to do some fun stuff for Halloween as well. I could do some Necrons. So what I wanted to show off, I have two Necron kill teams. The first one I ever bought was this one. And I figured building this kill team, maybe for a Halloween stream, not exactly on Halloween, but close to it. What I want to do was take the warrior in there and kit bash him with this Hexmark Destroyer. And then also with the Technomancer, that guy right there. I wanted to change out his Flying Scarab into one of these guys. So that is what I was thinking. At least for the Necrons. Now, I also have this. This is a part of a challenge. I've not done any more on it. So that's where I kind of stand. It's like I can continue a challenge or I can do something new. And I want to do both. I can't just like duplicate myself and do both at the same time. I just don't want to add more to the pile of shame. You know, you heard that? My sister heard me say pile of shame. So, if that is what chat decides, I will do the Necrons over these guys. I will continue these guys. I want to continue these guys. They won't be for Friday stream. I have decided what Friday stream is going to be. I'm going to let Friday be a surprise. I just hope people are in for a long stream on Friday. So, Space Marines go to the side. I've been... See ya. I've been keeping tabs on your art you've been posting for Inferno. I'm interested to see where it goes and how it turns out. Pulling up the Necrons because that's what chat wants to see. Whoa. Oh, I forgot about the kill team things. They come with a little, all that. I will check out Mini in a moment. I think... Okay. I'm deciding what I want to work on first, and I think because I'll open the most of it, we are going to work on the Technomancer first. Technomancer! Which means I gotta open up another box as well. Actually, I gotta open up all 3 boxes because I want to change up the Technomancer's head for something different. But you guys want me to go over to Discord for a quick sec. Ooh, I see Necrons. Oh my lord. Are those the type of destroyers? They just remove more of their body parts? Ooh, interesting. I like it. You maybe got 3D miniatures and an Inferno rulebook in the works. They are very interesting destroyers. Also, hi, you got enough together to do a rulebook? That's more of a question. Like, I'm interested to, like, hear how much about this rule book you actually have done. Okay, it wants to be on this little base thing here. We will keep this big base. Actually, let's see how big... Oh good, I don't have to do the plastic on any of these. How big is the base of these wraiths? That's the word I'm looking for. Are they the same size as a Technomancer? Oh my lord, they are. Oh, it's like it was meant to be, folks. It was like it was meant to be. Oh, these are gonna be big guys too. Okay, it's an ebook, not much of an online thing yet. Hold on, I'm deciding which wraith I want to use. Like, how tall do I want to make this Necron? I have choices. Do I want to make him really tall? Somewhat short? And somewhat short? I'm thinking this guy. We're going to use this guy right here. I might even have to pull out some green stuff as well to, like, tweak things here and there. But we'll see. We'll see what I can do. I'm interested to know more about this. This is treasure. Cool. I'd be interested to see how the ebook looks and all that. I'm also going to pop over to Facebook. I feel like people are messaging me. I know what's going on. Yep. We'll chat them. Not what I care about. I have to like find all my tools and glue and get things together. Okay. I hope everyone's had a good week so far. Like I said, had a busy week. It's been a busy week so far. Ooh, nice. I'm interested to see what that looks like. I'm going to call it a locust husk, but I know that's not what you said. Yeah, going in, the reason why my week has been busy is you got my... Okay, I'm reading your message. You said you got my TORF out. I don't know what that means. 25 and 24 what I need to cut. Right there. Oh, they used to be an upgrade sprue and they removed it. I get why GW does it, but stop removing shit. Stop removing stuff. Let us have what we want and play what we want. I got my toe. Okay. So, yeah, I was talking about my week. I joined a crusade at my local game store. That has started. The first thing was this Tuesday, which is why we had no stream. You could either kit bash or proxy. Yeah. That's what a lot of it kind of boils down to. Actually, stay focused. I want to finish my story before I move on to another story or thing. So yeah, I started the crusade. I had high hopes. I had very high hopes for my first game to do well and maybe win. But at least do well was my highest hope. And I played against Thousand Suns, was my opponent for my first game. And I started strong. I was a more melee heavy army and he was more of a shooting heavy army. So I was trying to set myself up on objectives and points that I could maybe come out and do heavy melee damage to him. It went downhill very... kind of fast. Not really fast, but faster than I probably would have liked. Is this the one? Now I have to go through and like match up because I just cut these. Okay, those don't match. This matches. It boils pretty much to sum up my story. The game went 20-60 by the end of it. And every single unit in my army got destroyed. So, It's a rough start, but I still feel like I can come back and do all that. It's the very first game. Okay, so these two are the ones that match. They just don't want to... Okay, so I gotta clean all that up. I hear the dog outside playing. I'd say there's 2 points in the game where things went downhill. Terminators deep striked into my back line. That is when I would say those 2 moments are when things went the worst for me. I actually started with a lead. I was like a 10-point lead in the beginning, because I got onto 2 objectives, but then I decided instead of staying on objective, I was going to try taking out an opponent's units. Like a Zangor unit sitting in a corner, which wasn't a bad move. It just also meant that I didn't score the full 10 points on one turn. I only scored 5 on like turn 3. And then what really made my opponent jump up is by turn 4 and 5, they controlled all objectives and they also killed my warlord. Which, if you kill your opponent's warlord, you get 15 points. So that was a tough thing. And then when I rolled the out of action stuff, so like when you have a unit destroyed, you roll a test to see like if they get a battle scar or not. All my units besides my character units passed. So my warlord and captain got a battle scar, and I was also running a Judiciar, and he was the first character to get taken out. Actually, that's probably when everything went downhill, is when my Judiciar got sniped by Zangor in the back unit. They had precision. It's like the Zangor that are on disc. And they sniped my Judiciar. I rolled for his battle scar, and he got one that's very thematic. I'd say it's like crippling damage. It makes it so you cannot advance, and you're -1 movement characteristic. So I'm going to play it as he walks with a limp, and if he's able, in my mind, if he's able to successfully, I don't want to say survive a battle, but like maybe kill a unit, I will remove the battle scar. So that was my Tuesday. So that's why there's no like Tuesday streams anymore, or there was no Tuesday stream. You can come in. Hi, Rory. Hi, Rory. The dog just came in. Dude, I wish I could be better at the game. I wish there was a surgery for me to be better at the game. I did start to get a little bit, I got mopey, is the word I will use. But then there was a moment where my opponent was like, hey, you could do this and this and take back like these 2 objectives, which I did. And it was like, cool. I held it for 1 turn and lost again, which I was okay with losing it for like a turn, or losing it. Oh, you mean the Battle Scar character? Yeah. Which, talking about proxying, I actually proxy my Judiciar. So I have a chaplain. It's actually like my first kit, in quote, kit bashing video I have. I think this would actually be a better kit bashing video than that one, but I took a chaplain and I magnetized the arms and I bought the Black Templar upgrade sprue. And I mostly got it for the sword. Like, if I was to buy the sword online, it'd be just way more expensive. And to buy the Judiciar in general is more expensive than what I wanted to do. So I'm proxying a chaplain with a sword, and I could maybe give him a shield at some point as well. Because that's what I did to run him in. So yeah. At some point, I will. I think what I'll do is, if I can make him survive a whole game. Yeah, you should. Honestly, I think, at least for myself, as this crusade goes on for my local store, I might add in some more unique character models as the game goes and as the story builds. Oh, my throat. Which reminds me, I might be able to actually get a Judiciar for a really affordable price. So this weekend I might try to go to a JCPenney or there's a certain bookstore here in the US. Anyway, I know the new Dark Angels Kill Team came out. But what also came out for the Total War games was some like Blood Angel board game that comes with some minis. One of those being a Judiciar. And I think it sells for $40. Not the mini, but the whole game. So I might go find this game, buy it, and have myself a Judiciar plus some extra models that I can just do whatever I want with. And now if I buy this Judiciar, I think I might try to give him a bionic leg. And run as like my first unique unit, which he does not have a name. Actually, only one character, now two units in my entire Crusade list have a name. My captain, which I called Draco Rex. He is a captain with a storm shield and all that. I did him for like the art competition. So he's in the Crusade. And the other one is the Redemptor Dreadnought that I started calling Big Jim. So those are the only units that I have named. If anyone in chat wants to name my character units or a unit, I'm going to extend that offer now. I'm mostly looking for like a name for the Judiciar. I'd like to do something that's thematic with the chapter, but also like unique as well. But if it's also funny enough, I will have it be his name. Cool, that all sets together now. I also plan on doing a couple upgrades. You'll have to look at the guy first. Okay, give me 1 second. So this is the chaplain Judiciar that I run in the game. I like his look. Actually, he is a very unique character all the way through. I know he's got more chaplain elements to him than Judiciar. And all these arms are magnetized. So I can switch off. I think this is my favorite combo, is the shield and sword. So this is what he looks like. He does have a leg exposed, so I can say that's the leg that he limps on. Or maybe it's the one hidden. Who knows? Ooh, almost dropped him. And then I did drop him. This actually was a test model for what I thought my paint scheme was going to be for my Space Marines. It's Leviathan Blue. This is my custom Space Marine chapter. So all the paint jobs for these guys, he's a part of that as well. I keep dropping him. Okay, so these don't glue together. They glue. Just go like that, okay. So yeah, it's a custom Space Marine chapter, but their home world... Yes, I do. I've talked about it on stream before, and I'm going to get into it again. So, to summarize their homeworld, if you ever seen the Jurassic Park movies, mostly the second one, so being like Lost World and the third book, or watched Walking with Dinosaurs, or any, I'm trying to remember who else was it. There's like a guy that pretended to go back in time and get dinosaurs. But those style things, their world is Jurassic, pretty much Jurassic Park Lost World on steroids. It's the whole planet at this point. The whole planet. It used to be colonized by humans, and then they wanted to put the planet's creatures and make a giant zoo out of them. And then on the planet, every couple 100 years, a warp storm. They do deal with dinosaurs. And eventually I want to have them riding dinosaurs. But not at the moment. God, there's another show that I remember watching that they went back in time and they were like rebuilding a civilization in like prehistoric dinosaur times, and I'm like, that's the other one, or that's the one that I also want to say like they're like as well. There's one hive city on the entire planet, and they are a mixed gene seed chapter. They do have salamanders in their gene seed. I have 4 favorite Space Marine legions, but I'm like tempted to remove one legion from the list. But Salamanders is one of the mixed gene seed. Dark Angels is another one. I do have a Chaos Legion, and it's Iron Warriors. And in their lore, I kind of put that in like the world as well. That because there's one like home hive city, they're constantly trying to resettle like the outside part of it. Like there's little settlements, but they're like tribal people, not like an actual city. So they keep trying and trying and trying to settle it. And they do have a flaw in their gene seed where the older a Marine gets, they are prone to a mutation that will slowly turn them into pretty much the Seraphon from Age of Sigmar, because I want to like make like a Wolven type character, but using Seraphon models from Age of Sigmar. And they hide this secret from everyone else, even their own chapter. Like, only the higher ups really know this is what happens to them over time. And every once in a while, when a battle brother goes through the change, they put him in a cage no one can really see, and they gotta drag him through the city and take him to like the deepest, darkest parts of the Hive City, which the Hive City is actually built within a cave system. So it's a big cliff that you can see on the outside with a wall surrounding the entrance of the cave. Kind of like in an Attack on Titan, like that size wall. And then up at the top of the cliff is the chapter's monastery. No, I am not a scaly. I just wanted to make some sort of flaw. This is my custom Space Marine chapter that I'm talking about. It's not anything I'm painting right now. What I'm doing tonight, and this was decided by Leaf Lizard and Hi and How. I'm working on a Necron kill team because it's spooky season. I want to do something Halloween spooky themed. So I am working on the Necron kill team I have, and I'm kit bashing. Yeah, I guess it is the dinosaur version of Space Wolves a little bit. I'm thinking of removing the Space Wolves in general, though. Like, there's not really, like, the only thing the Space Wolves kind of do, for the lore and, like, gene seed wise, is the mutation. But the mutation is mostly, like, from the salamander to get that reptilian effect. So, yeah. But like I said, they're very secretive about this mutation that happens to them. Every once in a while, like, a battle brother will find out that's happening to them and escape, and then they have to go out and find the Marine before he fully transforms out in space, and it's kind of like their own way of finding the Fallen and all that. So that's where the Dark Angel stuff kind of comes in, which I'm running these Space Marines in that Crusade at the store as Dark Angels, like not pure, but it's the rule book I'm using is the Dark Angel one. So what I'm doing currently in my stores, because I joined that Crusade at my local game store, I'm running Forging of Legends. So I'm running that Oathsworn campaign. So the idea, because I don't have a chapter master named yet, I figured while I do this crusade, why not oh yeah, the salamanders, like, mutation of their skin comes from, like, their planet. I was saying the dragon theme, like the space wolf and, like, the reptilian theme comes from the salamander and space wolf gene seed mixing. That was the idea of, like, oh, I wanted this heavy mutation. Plus, you also got salamanders like the dragon spears that get extreme growths and, like, all, like, bone growths on them. So maybe just removing the, like, space wolf would work just enough, and having the salamander be as the way they could be. Who knows? Maybe the one I should remove is really the Iron Warrior one, because, like, what? It just makes them more stubborn. They just want to keep, like, persisting, which actually, that might work, especially where I now want to keep playing I will say, I got extremely sad and mopey and almost like, what am I, like, why am I even still playing Warhammer? What's the point? That's how I was literally thinking after my game and the next day. And something just snapped inside me, and I decided, no, I must prove to myself and everyone else that I can actually play and that I can win. So now I have this burning fire inside my heart, and I'm determined to win at least a game and make a name for my characters. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, I'll be fully honest, I'm like half tempted to not stream tomorrow and try to schedule a Crusade game with someone and play that. Is how freaking determined I am to make a name for myself and get another game under my belt. But it's not fair to you guys that I just go play a game and have fun. Like, I have other responsibilities. I can't just go have fun. So Tuesday, I will be there again. I will maybe try to squeeze another game in next week because I am planning on leaving sometime soon. It's in November when I'm planning another trip, so, or when I'm planning a trip in general. I got messaged. Why did I get messaged? That's from a different thing. Oh. I see someone in Discord posted some more artwork for their Hi and How is working on a mini, I'm trying to think. They're pretty much like making a tabletop game, but Demons of Hell. And they're posting art in the Discord, and I'm like looking at and checking it out. So you want to do a crusade, or you just like want to get his story made in general, is what you're saying? Okay, let's get the,
you know they're out there, don't you?
Let's get this next part done. So 22 and 23 are right there. I've been keeping track of what you're posting. Hi, How. I'm interested to see like what type of minis you make, or like what 3D minis you supposedly make out of it. I'm also interested to see like as you keep posting more art or making more art, how it turns out over time. But I also feel like it'd be nice to like give people the freedom to like design their own stuff, not just what you make on it. If that makes sense? Oh shoot, we went up a sub. Thank you for whoever subbed. I know I don't have that stuff kind of notified, which, that reminds me. Yeah, doing a Crusade's, I think, gonna be fun. I already have like cool story stuff that I can talk about now. Like, I can sit back and be like, oh, the Judiciary, they got sniped in turn 1. Like, that's something funny to talk about. And then even though it's a loss, like two cool moments did happen in my game. So as much as like there was a loss, there are some cool stuff I can talk about with it. So I think it's fun to play narrative wise. What I also thought was cool, and this is just to share with people, that you don't use the cards when you do a Crusade game. So like, the cards that you usually pull and be like, oh, you gotta do cleanse, or you gotta do like this or that. to like score extra points. That's not in Crusade. It's you get on objectives to score points, and then you can do agendas to get yourself more EXP to like level up your characters and do stuff like that. Which I think I like that a lot more. For me, it simplifies it to like trying to score better than my opponent, but also tell my own story. I get why they do the cards for all that. It's more of, yeah, it's more of an RPG, but like you're managing a bunch of stuff, is how I say. I will keep that in mind, Hi and How. Maybe when things start to like grow and become more pronounced, or if I'm ever interested in making like a demon army, I will make some miniatures that can be used in 40k and also in your game. You should consider joining it and seeing like what they say and do. Like if it's just one person, you know, it's not bad to do like a 1v1 crusade, but it's more fun when you get multiple people. I think there's like 14 in total at my game store that need to know that there's like enough people that are interested in doing that and want to do that. And also, like, I would probably be the one having to keep track of everything, but I also want to play in it as well. Maybe if I did, like, a crusade thing, it'd just be, like, a weekend thing. Or maybe, like, a week thing, like... Who knows? I'm still thinking on it. There's ideas in my head. I do have upgrades I want to do to this stream as well, which is also some of the stuff. I wanted to save some of it for Halloween, but I just need to know if I can get it done in time too. I thought about actually streaming and working on this extra stuff for you guys, but I think I will wait until I'll do it off stream, I guess is what I'm saying and thinking. That's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, I mean, just talk and see. And even see if there's like yeah, because the crusade like at my local store didn't start until like a brand new employee joined their like workforce there. And then like after he joined, this crusade thing like started like a week later, which I thought was awesome. So maybe it's even something your store could consider like running for a small amount of time, because the one I'm a part of started last week and it goes until like end of December, and it's 3 phases. So yeah, I do want to get another game in because I will be gone. So for those that are listening and that are here for it, I'm going to announce now. I am going on a road trip up to Canada with a couple friends. I am planning on being gone either the 10th through the 15th or the 11th through the 16th. And I'm planning on driving up to Canada, going up the east coast of it, and just going with a couple buddies. I want to get one friend. I want to go with all the friends are going, but there's one specifically I want to go for like a little bit of bachelor party. And I'm trying to get a hold of him to talk to him, see if he can confirm or not for it. But just throwing it out there. There was going to be 2 trips, and I was going to be gone for like 2 weeks in November, but that's also why I didn't stream last night. I was talking with my sister and roommate because we're planning on going to Alabama to like visit our parents. We're not from Alabama, the state that first. Our parents are going down there for a rodeo, or for a cattle drive rodeo there, and we were gonna go, but we didn't want to spend more than like $2,000 on the trip in total, and just to get down there for like flights and rental car got us close to $1,500 to $1,700 in total, and then adding like the places to stay on top of that just made it way more expensive, and it just wasn't turning out to be worth doing that at all, which was sad because like it is something that we both want to do and would have been a cool experience and cool thing to talk about, but sometimes you just gotta take care of your immediate needs, and there's other trips that we want to do and all that stuff. That's a cool reason to make a game as well. That's a very cool reason. The way you word it, Hi How, is it's almost like that you're not human yourself, and either you're an artificial intelligence or you're a demon yourself trying to like tell us that there are people interested in it. It's like, oh, I have humans who want a world of demons. It's not. It's like, the way that's worded, that's funny, but like red flag at the same time. Not in a bad way. I'm just like, I'm not trying to call you out on it at all, which maybe now I am, but no, I human. I won't know for sure until you take one of those. And then that's how I'll know for sure. Okay. And then we'll glue that together. And then we'll work over to the Technomancer and try to get him attached to this body. What's the difference between the weapon profiles? No, you're good, man. I just thought it was funny and just wanted to say something on it. Okay. Now, looking at the Technomancer. I think we can connect him pretty easily to this guy. How's it going, stop motion? Your comment has caught me off guard. What? Do I feel like I want an explanation? Oh, your paint! Oh, you changed your name! Oh, I see the profile picture now. Oh my lord, I'm like, what? That cut me off so much! Dude, it's so late for you. What are you doing up? I mean, I'm glad you're here. Don't get me wrong. Oh, that name caught me off guard. Oh, okay. Well, good to know. I'll explain to you what I'm doing tonight. I made Chat chose, or Lizard and Hi How chose. It's 3 p.m. I wish it was 3 p.m. here. Oh, nice. You get to stay up like late and do all that stuff. That's nice. No, quickly, what I will finish explain what I'm doing tonight. This was Chat's choice. I could have either continued painting my Crusade army that I want to do with my friend, the 1,000 points in 90 days, or because we're in spooky season, I can do a Necron kill team, and Chat chose the Necron kill team. So what I'm working on right now is kit bashing the Technomancer. I'm kit bashing him with... Where's the box? I'm kit bashing him with the... with one of the Wraiths. Okay. I wish I saw that. Okay, so I wish I reacted to it live, because I was straight up like, what the fuck am I looking at? In a good way. I know, in a weird way. I looked at it and I went, Jesus Christ, what am I looking at? Okay, you want an idea? I'll show you an idea. I don't know how I feel about showing this, but I'm gonna show it. Okay. I'm not reading chat at all, just... Okay. I got the first demon, and I apologize if this frightens anyone. This! Make this be your demon! Add this to Inferno! I see the messages now. Yes, add this thing as your demon. I'm gonna hide it now. It's a good piece of fan art. I'm gonna say with it. I'm happy with it. It's not what I intended to say at all. What? Nothing's wrong with it. I think it's perfect. My reactions are meant to be funny, or it's supposed to be a funny reaction. It's not what I expected, nor what I wanted to say. I wasn't expecting you to add... I wasn't expecting you to add a tail and make it blue and add spots. What ring? The lowest. Put it at the lowest possible. I will say you are missing one key thing, stop motion, that I said in the past is if you do fan art of, well, what did I expect? I don't know what I expected. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't expect anything, but I was not expecting that. I do like the British Skaven spieling, though. I'm very much a fan of that. That gets an 11 out of 10. No, I am not a furry. And it's not a furry thing. Okay, when I saw it, I thought that could fit within, like, My Hero Academia. That's a student somewhere at My Hero. But I will say, because you've been asking for it, stop motion, and a couple of things, you've given me an idea for a Halloween costume. So if I can get it done before Halloween, I will show it off. If I can't, it will definitely be shown in November. I have some stuff for... I have a few little upgrades. Yeah, I know. They're thirsting over a bunch of high schoolers, and that's just wrong. But it's also Japan, and I think Japan has, like, a problem with that to begin with. No, I'm not cosplaying an anime girl. Scarier ideas? I'm trying to... I don't know if I can think of that. Hi, Joseph. You have come at an interesting time. How often do I do... So how often do I stream? I try to stream 3 days a week. But it does depend on my actual schedule. I try to stream 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. And in general, I just try to do chill streams. Warhammer has been my major fixation. So that's why it's Warhammer, but at some point we'll have, like, just chill craft streams. We'll have just chill any kind of streams. I think my music just stopped. It did. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about being legally an adult at 16. I was not a legal adult by then. I don't know much about legal stuff. I'm not going to get into it. Inferno chill stream? Maybe. That's not. It's not a no. It's definitely it's definitely a possibility. Every once in a while, I do a game stream, or I'd like to do some other craft stuff. I have craft projects I want to do. I just got to get around to doing them. It's just easy with Warhammer because it's like, oh, I got all these minis. I got things I got to paint. Like, we all have a pile of shame when we're into Warhammer, so this is just a way for me to get my pile of shame done or grow because you guys want it to grow. Oh, that's a danger. Okay, that explains something quite a bit, actually. But I'm not going to get into that topic during this stream. Because I feel like we have new people and I want to be, like, very polite and nice right now. Plus, it's also not PG-13 what I'm thinking, so we're gonna... We're just gonna skirt around that subject and worry about it another day. Also, if you're still here, Joseph, and you are a Crafter or Warhammer fan, there is a Discord that's completely free to join. It is not just about Warhammer and all that. It's about crafting in general. If you're into cosplay or metalworking, woodworking, or just like reading books or just want to share your hobbies in general, it's a place you can go and share all that. At some point, I gotta do some of my other hobbies, so... Ah, okay, so YouTube's, like, messing with your stuff, and that's why it's showing your @name. So what, do you prefer if I call you Paint, or do you prefer if I call you Stop Motion? Stop Motion. Checking other things out at the same time right now. Okay, Pen. I will call you that from now on. I don't know what army I would play. I guess I'd have to see your rule book and all the armies set up for Inferno. Excuse me. Okay. So now thank you. I try to have something unique and interesting here. I wanted to do something interesting. So I'm glad you enjoy the content so far. Yeah, for those new, it was chat's choice. I am working on the Necron. I'm working on a Necron kill team because it's spooky season. We might just do one character. I actually might grab my little... Oh wow, my brain is going blank because there's like questions got asked and now I got sidetracked. Anyway, I will first state, so I'm kit bashing the Technomancer with one of the Wraiths from 2 separate boxes. So instead of having the Technomancer fly around on that little disc creature, I'm going to have it fly around on one of these. So that is what I will be running with a kill team. So I actually do need to grab the drill. That's what I was looking for. Army-wise, honestly, I want to say Greed. Greed might be one I could do. Or Wrath. Wrath's another good one. There's my drill. Oh, it's got the small bits in it. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to read. So, Zor said, I finished building my... I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So seeing the Necron is really cool, and kit bashing is where it's at. That sounds awesome. Thank you. I thought it would be fun. I actually need to switch out its head for... I want to put on this Destroyer head on the Technomancer. And then Joseph said, I'm having a painting day tomorrow. I'm currently working on my Great Unclean one, some Death Guard Terminators. Nice. Nice. I'd like to hear that. Not that I have Death Guard. I've played against Death Guard. I've seen people make like orange pumpkin demons for Nurgle. Oh, also, random little thing that I had to like dig on the internet to figure out how to do this. If you own one of these Army Painter drills, and you're like, how do I switch the bits on and all that? This little thing on the back here that spins and all that, that pops off. It pops off, has a little ring. That's where it holds all the other chucks, which I think these are called chucks, that hold the different bits and stuff in it. So, just wanted to share that with y'all. I had to find that on like a random little video somewhere on the internet. It took me forever. I think it took me like 2 days to find out how to do it. Oh, that's not the size I want. I think I want the largest one possible. What did Penn say? 1728 or either 1730, an important date in history. Age of Liberation started in Sweden. By this time, until the 1790s, we had a democratic government, male-only votes, and press freedom. Interesting. I like that little bit of history. I like learning history in general. Yeah, it just, I couldn't figure out how to switch it. And then I finally found like a video. So I just figured I'd randomly say that out loud here for anyone watching. Like, hey, this is how you do it. Because I also have the Citadel drill, but it doesn't fit all these drill bits in that that Army Painter has. Oh shoot! Forgot I want to put a drill bit away. So you're saying that Sweden had pretty much had their first democracy like ruling before. No, I know. I'm gonna call you Pen though. Your name is Pen. I know your paint games. But because you said Pen somewhere, I'm deciding now your name is Pen. You cannot fight it. It is what I have chosen. Why? Because I thought it was funny. Because I think it's funny. I'll probably call you Paint, like, again in the future, but I just figured for this stream, Pen. Maybe I need to go with a smaller bit here. Okay, we're gonna go... I don't want to go all the way through, but I want to go deep enough that it holds the tail piece enough. And it is... Maybe I should actually pin this. Instead of just gluing it, I should take some wire and pin it. I think that will be a lot sturdier than just gluing what I have. So I'm going to have to switch out the bits again and grab my wire. But I can easily do that. I think this is the size I want. But it could be this size. Huh, that's an interesting bit of history. See, this is the kind of stuff I wish they taught us more in school, just like the other random... Like, teach us other countries. Like, yes, the US, we do have a lot of history as well, and we do need to, like, learn our history. But a lot of countries, like, you know, then you learn about Sweden having their own... Wow, the word is... You literally have it written right there. Their own, like, revolution in democracy before, like, the French, which is seen as... Well, I guess technically America would be the first with that. Okay, that is as far as that goes, so it's not this bit. I think it has to be one of these bits. This one? Oh! If I ever get some carbon bit from anywhere, they're made from the same, they're made in the same factory, they perform a lot better than army painted bits. They chew through plastic like a hot torch. Noted. Noted. hold on. Okay, there's like two things going on. I'm learning history and I'm getting art tips at the same time. I am being distracted on two fronts. By the way, Sweden has been peaceful for almost as long as the US has been existed. Like, you've not been a part of any wars or stuff like that for as long as the US has been around. So for 250 years, you've been a peaceful country. Okay, that went through. Now we're going to cut this piece off here. What's up, Hannibal? Wait a minute. Is this the same Hannibal as before? Or is this a new Hannibal? Things are changing. People don't have the same icons as before, or either I'm like seeing new people. Okay, we'll go with that. Now I need my metal wire, which I think... Did I put that away? Hold on. I gotta go searching for some metal wire. I swear I have it somewhere. I used it not too long ago. I just don't know where I put it. Oh, this is annoying. Is it a different floor? Use that. I don't want to use that. It's down there. Okay. Where did it go? I'm gonna find it again, and it's gonna be in an odd spot, and I'm gonna be like, why was it there? And it's gonna be looking at me right in the face. Ah, it's fine. I can do other things. Okay, hold on. No war, no military, no alliance set until 2024, in which we got in NATO. The people had extreme fear of breaking our full neutrality by joining the EU. I do remember that being a big thing that people were unsure about, because there was a whole kerfuffle about it. That's the word I'll use. The metal dreadnought was the SS Minotaur. I did see your comment about like what the name of the... Yeah, you said, what was the name of the metal turret ship that fought in the American Civil War? Are you talking about like the full, like, first metal covered ship. I want to say Old Ironside, but that was not the name of it. Okay, so that's annoying. I don't have a paperclip on hand either. I was gonna have a pin, which I actually don't think I should glue that together yet. I should actually put the body on before I even glue the rest. Probably by then I'll see the wire. So I need 9 and 10. So the Swedes designed a ship that we used in our Civil War. Sounds about right. That sounds about right. I'm really annoyed with not finding that wire. Like I'm actually like perturbed because I had it sitting on the desk somewhere here, and now it's gone. And I didn't see it while I was cleaning. Although I'm sure it's somewhere in broad daylight and I'm just blind as an earthworm and I can't see it. And no, I don't need glasses. It's literally for the fact that I do not have the spatial awareness to always keep track of everything. Sometimes I know where every single little thing is, and sometimes I can't find the drill right in front of me. Greed is now look fine now. I gotta make sure I remove these mold lines. If you look at the GRAF, that has GDP on the y-axis and belief in the religion on the x-axis. Sweden become the most extreme country in the world because Sweden is home to the largest percent of atheists in the world. And that's probably because of our long neutrality and time away from war. I wonder... No, Paint is talking about Sweden's history in general. He might be talking about World War II. But no, he started with talking about how Sweden was the first one to have its own revolution before the French, and then lost it, and then got it back again. And then talked about a ship that they designed during the American Civil War that we used. And now he's talking about... I didn't realize that was the Swedish national flag. I saw you swing it around earlier, but I didn't realize that was the Swedish national flag. My American is hitting very hard right now. But I also say all that stuff just to summarize what Paint was talking about too, for people curious or want to know. Excuse me. I hurt deeply? How do I hurt deeply? What did I do to hurt you? And if I hurt you so badly, do I need to leave? I don't know flags. I only know like 5. And that's being generous. I know American. I know the UK. I know Ireland's. I know Italians. And I know French. And I know Canadians. And Mexico. Maybe Mexico, to be fully honest. Oh. I just had a clip pop into my head. So every once in a while I'm scrolling through YouTube, I'll get like clips from shows. And one of those shows being about a woman that can see the ghosts living in her mansion, and she can talk to them and all that. Each of them have like their own special power that they can do. And one of the ghosts in the show is a Viking. I think he's from Norway. I believe he's from Norway. His name's like Thorfinn. But he talks about his heavy... He dislikes the Danes very much in the show. I think later, like, they find out his son is dead, but he's in like the next house over. And it turns out that his son married a Danish woman. But he might also be Swedish. I do not remember though. No, I will admit, Sweden has a very nice flag. I think he said Norway. Okay. So, other things I could add. I can add his arms and spears. I can add the regular head if I want to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to open up... We're opening up 3 boxes just to make 1 mini. That's how Warhammer works, folks. There it is. I don't know anymore. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm just here to build a mini. And talk about random things with people. It's you folks that are throwing many things in my direction. Okay. This can get set to the side. This can come to me. What does his head normally look like? It's a little peg on the back. This one is supposed to insert into something. I see. So. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anymore. Okay. It's a little messed up. It's a little loose. I think I'm going to add a sprue in to fill in the space on the back of his head. So it doesn't sit too lopsided. This might be too much of a sprue, but I can also cut it back after. I'm not even gluing it in yet. I'm just trying to like see if I can get it to work. I think it will work. Wait a minute. That's backwards. Why not pull from like the actual names of the demons of hell? Or like the 8 princes of hell and all that. Okay, that sticks out way too far now, but that is the shape that I want it to be. So I can cut it back quite a bit. And that should work just fine. There you go. Then you sit right there. off my finger. There. There we go. Look at that. He's got a little neck. He's got it's the destroyer head on. It's a little bit to the side, but I like that a little bit. Maybe, if I can. I turn his head. Ah, turned his head sideways. And look at that. I think that's pretty damn cool. I like it as well. It's not a whole lot, really, when it comes to the kit bashing. I don't really have many Necron bits to begin with, too. I could pull from, like... I got the new Tomb World Kill Team box that has the Deathwing... Not Deathwing. Deathwatch. That's the Deathwatch and the other Necrons in there, and I could probably pull bits from that or other bits in here, but I don't want to change him up too much. I want him to still be his original Necron pose and stuff. Do you want to send me those bits? You want to ship those bits overseas? I have a P.O. box. Actually, I haven't checked my P.O. box in a few days. And then his arm goes in there. I think with tonight, I might make this be the 2 kit bash models I want to do out for the kill team. No, because you're going to use them. Why not? Why not send them to your favorite online salamander? Oh, you need them for the Silent King proxy? Fair enough. You keep them, my good sir. I was trying to clean up your arm, but I don't think I can do too much. I can definitely test it. I don't want to say yes or no on playing it because, like, one, I have to look at the rules to see if it'd be something I'm interested in playing. I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no. I know that's not a really good answer, but I can take a look at stuff. I don't want to see that in my dreams. That's when I know I'm in an inferno. But I will definitely take a look at Inferno when you have the rule book and stuff like posted, and then I'll let you know if I would take play tester or not. Because thing too, like, I don't really have a lot of people that I could probably play with. I got one guy I could play with, but we would have to build minis and stuff for it, and the cost right now to do another one of those isn't all that. I did use their like mold line cleaning knife once. I went to North Carolina and talked with the Warhammer guy running the store there. Really nice guy. I wish he was still running the store. I don't think he is anymore though. And I used that like little mold line knife. I've had this knife though forever. Like when I got into leather work, like leather working, I've had it. It comes in like, it came in this box with another knife and a bunch of other bits. So that's why I still use this one. I probably should change out the blade on this knife, but I also want to run it until it's completely dull. Before true sleep, post my design sketch for my Silent King proxy. Ooh, nice. I'll take a look at it. I do have a color scheme for these Necrons. I want to give them a very old coppery look. So I want to like paint them, base them in black. Ah, noted. I mean, mine's very easy because all I have to do is just switch the blade out and then put a new one in. But I will take a look at it. Okay. Okay. Just have a bunch of different ones on hand for different occasions and stuff.
Wait a minute.
I've heard of Dirty Down. I can check them out.
You know they're out there.
My plan, because I have the copper paint from Army Painter. I was going to spray paint them black, then base coat them in teal, and dry brush copper on top. I don't want to break this. Try to move as much as I can. Your molding has drawn more blood than your hobby knife combined. Well, hobby knives combined. I've heard of, or I've seen like their rust effect and all that be used. Not that I'm not tempted to use some other stuff eventually in the future. Don't you need like white spirits though to wipe off a bunch of their stuff? I guess my fear is if I use it, I'm going to forget that it's on there and then it'd be too late to remove a bunch of stuff. No? Okay. Maybe I should look into it a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so just thin it down with water and then go through with that from there. I was going to leave tomorrow's thing to be a surprise. Actually, for those that think they'll be here for tomorrow's stream, do you want tomorrow's stream to be a surprise, or do you want to know what it's going to be? Because tomorrow's stream, I'm probably gonna try and shoot for starting at 7, but I gotta do some stuff with my co-host beforehand, so it might start a little bit later. Or not my well, it'll be co-host for the stream, but my guest for the stream. So we're gonna add on the final bit. Okay. We'll put some glue into... I'm also gonna add some glue to the back of the head here. To be like that. Okay. Okay. Now that I have that together, this I can now glue to the back of him. Oh, that. You have a name for the Inferno. What is the name that you have for... Message redacted? Did you delete your message? Or did YouTube delete your message? Interesting. So it appeared on stream and then it disappeared. No, I am excited about tomorrow's stream. It is Warhammer related, but a little bit different. Yes, yeah, you said that before, then it like redacted it randomly. I don't know why it redacted it. Oh, you have a name for war in Inferno. Okay. There we go. Okay. See if I can get it so you guys can see. He's built. The main Necron guy is built. So like I said, he's got that destroyer head. The main regular body. But then he won't be connected to his little scarab. He's going to be connected to a big scarab. Connect like that and that. Oh, God. And with the way it leans forward if I put it in just right. So it looks like he's actually looking down upon his enemy. Oh, that's gonna be good. He's not surfing on a scarab, he's surfing on a Wraith. Which I think is even cooler. Oh, that's going to be cool. Okay, now we're going to build the rest of this. I might have it so that I paint this in two separate layers. Like, he will be painted separately, and this will be painted separately, but I'll take a pin, like a little piece of wire, and I can just stick it in together. Because that's how far he leans forward on this right now. So he's looking like... Ah, you're good. I don't know much about Necrons either. I think these are the only Necron units I'll probably ever own. But I like how he's like looking down at who's ever defying him. It is the War of the New God. Okay, so that's what you're on about there. Okay, put that stuff to the side. Now, I'm going to finish doing the rest of his body. And then I might move over to the warrior next. After that. Because my plan for the immortal here... Yeah, my plan for this immortal is to combine him with... I want to combine him with this Hexmark Destroyer. So I want to take the Immortal and make him be on that body. If they're the same base size. At least I hope they are. I have to do something very Necron-y for the base of this Wraith and all that as well. Also, another little side project that I am working on at some point. I'm trying to do 1,000 points within 20 days. It's not all within like 20 days in a row. That's for my Space Marines there. For that project, I do have a goal where if we get to... I can't remember if it was 300 or 500. I think if we got to 500 subs by the time the challenge was done or over, I would add a knight model to my Space Marine Crusade army. So that is a challenge I have, and I'd be building that on stream. So, staying focused, moving back over to here. We need 15 and 14. They're right there. And I have the knight model in mind I want to do. The reason why I also want to see us reach this goal is because the friend that I am playing against, I gave him an early birthday present that I probably regret giving him now. I built and painted for him Abaddon the Destroyer because he likes playing Black Legion. That's one that he wanted to play. And I was told after the fact that, hey, Abaddon's really strong. You need like a Primarch character to be able to take him out, or something like really strong as well. And I do have a Lion model, but I don't want to add it to my army because I don't want it to be the warlord of this Crusade army. I'd really rather have like a knight model that we add to it instead. And it just be for taking out Abaddon. Could call it Abaddon's Bane or something. I want my friends to get into Warhammer, so I did it for this friend, and I've done it for a few others, where I took him to my local like store that sold Warhammer, and I told him, hey, pick out your first box of minis that you want. I will pay for them. I did it for that friend there, but the other ones, I gave them gift cards to the store, so they had a little bit of a discount. It was Christmas at the time when I did the first ones. And then for the other guy, I was like, if I can get him hooked, he'll keep playing. No, we are not. First, welcome to the stream, Baby Seal. I'm not going to say the rest of your name. I'm not building the Silent King. I am building the Necron kill team. Not the new one that came out, but these guys. So we're working on this guy here. We're working on the Technomancer. And I am kit bashing the Technomancer. He's got the same body, but instead of floating on his regular disc, I switched his head out for a different destroyer. Okay. I switched out his head for the Hexmark Destroyer, because I like this had a lot more than the regular Technomancer. And instead of flying on his little regular Scarab, I'm going to have him fly on one of these. So he's going to fly on a Wraith. They are the same base size. So I thought it'd be a lot cooler to do. I'm going to have it so that I can pull the pin out here and there. So that if I wanted to, I could run him as a normal Technomancer, but I think I would run him as a Technomancer on this to begin with, or run him in a Wraith squad on the back of one. Did I lose a piece? I am missing your other half. What just happened to it? It's right there. I'm happy with it. I'm not normally a Necron player, but I want to have a couple kill teams on hand, because like I was talking about earlier, I want my friends to get into Warhammer. And if I could help them with like, hey, if you find this army really cool, I have this kill team for it. We can try it out, see what you think of it. And then if you're into it, you buy your own models and I keep this. You're wondering what I think Inferno is? Inferno, from what you told me about it, is your tabletop mini game that you play as an army of hell trying to like conquer the world because God is dead, and your faction's trying to become the new god. That is what I remember you telling me about what it is and all that stuff. Okay. I'm glad I could get it right. I'm glad I got it right. Okay. Yeah. And then we'll put in that piece. So even though I think the other gun looks cooler, I'm going to use this laser gun because it's got more... It does more minus AP. I think the other one is like minus no AP. So it's like zero AP, and this one's a minus 3 AP gun that I'm putting on. I will say for all the... Oh. Why am I using crazy glue and all that stuff? It's a lot simpler than you might think. This is relatively cheap for me to get at any craft store. And the main reason why I buy it is because it comes with a little brush. I buy this specific brand because it's a little brush that I can paint on the glue. Instead of holding a nozzle, dripping it, and then letting it all spill out, I can just wipe on a little bit of glue and then go from there. That is why I use that for me. Oh, okay. Hold this thing. How's it coming together so far? I just assembled some death marks a few weeks ago, and the gluing of the arms and guns just about did it in for me. I mean, I just started this guy, and he went pretty quick and easy. I didn't realize so many people sent messages. I thought it was like one guy, and I was like, boop. There was just a bunch all of a sudden. 12 and 13 are what I need next. So I'm interested in using other products at some point. I don't know where you're located, Zor. But here in the US, there's a store called Michael's. It's a craft hobby store. That's where I bought this. I found it in the glue section. I first found it at like a Dollar General in their craft section. So that could be for a spot for you to check and look. 12 and 13 right there. I did use a crazy glue like with a drip nozzle before, and it melted the plastic and it stuck. It made my fingers stick really hard together, and I could never get it to adhere to the base. And we'll restart the music because it just ended. Wow. So, honestly, like, the reason why I use a lot of my tools or things that I have is either I've seen other people use it, or it's either really cheap to buy and get. Like, for me, Warhammer's already a very expensive hobby to begin with. So if I can find some way to save myself a little bit of money, then I will do so. When I first started Warhammer, I actually went to my local craft store and just used craft paints to paint my very first models, which were these assault intercessors. I recently used, there's a cleaning product called Simple Green. Used that. I soaked the models in Simple Green and then took a toothbrush and cleaned them. And then I reprimed them and I dry brushed them poorly. I really should have done a better dry brushing. But then I'm using them, but then now I'm repainting them a bit better. I have photos of what they looked like initially, so I can always go back and see what they look like. I know some people are like, oh, don't ever repaint your first models ever, but for me, I want to use these models, so yeah. What part of the East Coast? Are you more near Boston, or are you more like southern East Coast? Because I asked because I'm East Coast as well. Tri-state. I've heard Tri-State. I'm trying to remember what. I heard it from Family Guy. Or no, I didn't hear it from Family Guy. I heard it from Phineas and Ferb. That's where I heard Tri-State. But now I'm going to have to look that up. But yeah. No, don't. I mean, don't give like all your information just randomly out on the internet. I'm just asking out of curiosity. Only share as much as you're comfortable with. I know there's a lot of weird people out there on the internet. This is a good idea. Hell dogs. Do you mean hellhounds? Or are you talking about actual hot dogs from hell? Because hellhounds are an actual thing in like Christian mythology and all that stuff in hell, which I would say definitely make it be a thing in your game. Just different, like, versions of hellhounds for each layer. There it is. And then you want to sit right there. Please fit where I want you to. Okay. I don't think anyone will know this soda brand I'm about to say, but I'm weirdly craving a Moxie right now. Maybe tomorrow I'll grab one. Nah, by tomorrow I won't be craving it anymore, so I'm not gonna worry about it. They sell Moxie where you're from? Sadly, you have to import it. Ah! They make it where I'm from. I don't have to worry about importing it. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. I will say, it is a weird drink. It's a very, like, interesting flavor. Okay. Now the other fun part. We will work on... I think most sodas of the time were meant to be, like, medicinal. It's the same thing with, like, Coke. Coke was, when it was first invented, was meant to be like a medical drink. Let's see, which one I cut? 9? I cut 9. And it was made with some not so good ingredients, which is what made it so addictive. I won't say any more on that than that. You need to ask, what is the city of Dis? I'm confused as well. What city of Dis? Okay, these go here then. I don't know of it at all. Like, it's brand new to me. I'm not religious at all, so I have no religious context to, like, anything involving... Like, I got surface level knowledge. It's from the Divine Comic... Oh, from Dante's book? Okay. It's from Dante's fan fiction about hell and all of his cool people he liked. I still find that funny that most people's, like, interpretation of hell and all that stuff is just some guy's fanfic. Because I don't think in, like, the original Bible, hell is ever described in any sort of way. You know, I've been thinking about the lore for this character a little bit, the one that I'm working on here. I don't know why the Technomancers fly around on the disc. I'm glad you like that way of putting it. So, as I was saying, I don't know why the Technomancers fly around on the little disc or scarab. But in my mind, this Technomancer, when he was doing biotransference, took his favorite pet and made it also transfer as well, turning it into this wraith that's here. So now he is with his favorite pet through all of eternity. And they go through the tomb just doing whatever Technomancers do. Which, actually, now I'm curious. I'm trying to remember Trajan's rival. Because I read in The Infinite and Divine. I'm trying to remember his... I know Trajan is the museum guy. I can't remember his rival's name in that. The one that does the time travel chicanery. Is he a Technomancer? I think it's Orkin. Orkin is the guy's name. Also, yes, it is sweet, but I also feel like a little bit messed up because he's plugged into his pet at all times. Ugh. Okay, last one for this side, and then I can do the other. And then I need to figure out what kind of tail I'm going to put on this one. Chronomancer. Okay. No, Chronomancer makes sense because Chrono abbreviated means time. Like for Kronos, the god of time, which I believe is the Greek mythology. That was Zeus's father and all the gods' father. Not all Time's father, but I think all the Time's father was named like... It started with a U? I don't want to say it because I think it's a immature joke. But I also know it was like Sky. Pretty much. You tried to Google what the city meant and all that? Is that what you were Googling hi and how? No. Don't fall on me. Okay. Okay, now I gotta do the other side. Ugh. do have to decide if I want to do big claws or if I want to do the whips. We're going to do the claws instead of the whips. Sorry if I'm making anyone else yawn and get tired. This is usually when it's 4 p.m. for you guys. It's 10:16 p.m. for me currently. This is usually when I like end stream anyways and get some sleep, but because I started a little bit late, I wanted to at least go for a little bit longer. Tomorrow's stream will definitely be a long one. Yeah, it'll definitely be a long one. I don't know how much I'll be able to get done in tomorrow's stream, but it's 4 a.m. for you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're overseas. Sometimes the crazy glue is really quick to like set, and sometimes it takes a little bit to set. It's always random. It can't be one or the other for me. So I don't advertise this. I do like maybe once or twice a stream if I remember it. But I'm just going to go through a little spiel real quick. For those that are new and want a little hobby space to share their ideas and all that stuff, I have a Discord that is in the channel description. It is completely free to join. It is for more than just Warhammer. It is for any crafting hobby you have. For myself, I'm into more than just Warhammer. I like making, so I'm also a bladesmith / blacksmith. I haven't done it in a while, but that's another hobby I have. Woodcrafting or any leatherworking stuff is other things I enjoy. I don't get the chance to always do it. This has been the easiest one I can do. I want to get into cosplay, and for people that want to share their cosplay stuff or other hobbies and all that. It is a hobby share space. So it's just a space to like share any sort of hobbies. Like Hi How has been sharing art and information on his tabletop game he's working on. I mean, I haven't done any blacksmithing in a while, if that's what you're asking. Last time I've done any was been like a year plus. But I do want to get into doing cosplay at some point. Oh, I might have to end up breaking these little hand pieces off unless I set them up. Oh, they're like double-sided. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Also, for those that like the stream and want to support it a little bit more, I have a coffee account that people can donate to, that everything that they donate and send there, it just goes into the channel to improve things and make things better here. But there's no need for people to do that as well either. Just having you guys here watching, hanging out, chatting is more than enough. Like only support if you really want to, and if you have the money. Take care of yourselves first. It's not something I want to push. Like I said, I say it maybe once. Usually I forget to even say it during the stream and all that. So I'm not in it to make money. I am here to hang out and chat with really a lot of cool and interesting people. It's been kind of interesting to watch this community grow from just being a couple people to like having... I thought I'd have a lot more people from the US because I'm from the US, but I think most of my audience has been overseas people because of this hobby. So it's been cool to like learn about your country and what you all like to do for fun, or your own little quirks and interests. So it's been nice to like just get to know the community in general. I hope at some point in the future I will be doing more than just Warhammer streams. I'll actually have real crafting streams that I can get done and all that, but Warhammer's just relatively been the easiest one to do, and also setup's been relatively easy as well. To set up like a blacksmithing stream would be a lot more, and I don't have the space to do any of that stuff. At some point I need to get it off my lazy butt and do my Inquisitor cosplay. I want to make an Inquisitor cosplay. I have the base outfit done. I have to do the like detail stuff, like the rosette or the lasgun or blaster, whatever. The make you go to sleep tool is also how I could word it. And there's stuff like that, which I got inspired by listening to the Eisenhorn books. That's what inspired me to want to make the Inquisitor cosplay, because he describes his outfits quite a bit in those books. And I'm like, I think I could build this. So, but it's been months now of me saying this, and I have not done it yet. So, yeah. Yeah, I probably have people with 3D printers. I was making the rosette out of brass, which is where my metalworking stuff came in. So I have the basic eye shape done for the rosette. I just have to cut the other little pieces out and do some like little tinkering bits. I try to make these... Yeah, so I don't have it because I moved out of that apartment. It's somewhere within my mess of stuff. I have the brass cut out, and I filmed myself doing it. I then want to make the little... a little centerpiece in the middle of the eye. And then I want to take a piece of bone and carve out the skull shape and put that on top. And then I want to put resin, like red resin, in the middle of the eye. So have it like be brass on the outside, but red resin around the center. I probably have to like take some copper and like outline where I want the resin to stay in and have this like really cool looking thing. Because I kind of realized like for myself what I'd like to do as a job and what I want to do, which is kind of how this whole channel started, is I'd like to learn how to become a prop maker for films and stuff like that. When I was a child, I thought I wanted to be a paleontologist because of Jurassic Park, and I wanted to make Jurassic Park be a real thing. Bear with me while I'm saying this. I realize now, at the age of 27, that in reality what I probably wanted to be was working in film and doing film in general and all that. But I realize that now that I'm out of high school and could have gone and done that stuff. Well, it's also probably good that I didn't go into that stuff because the industry for that has gone downhill and is not as creative as it used to be, is what I'll say for it. I mean, look at like the most recent Jurassic Park films and see how those are turning out. I will say the original ones being the first CGI, they looked really cool. Now they're new story plots. I'm like, what are they even doing? What are they doing for the story plots? So, I think I am actually going to call it here for the night. I'm getting tired. I need to get some sleep because I got work in the morning. So I'm going to call it here. I'm not going to redo my spiel. What I am going to say, though, is I hope you all have a good night or a good morning, wherever you're at. And I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.